I was just watching a great documentary. James Corbett. He's like one of the like. I would say if there was anybody that woke me up, it was him, man. It was like his 9/11 documentaries, but he did this documentary called How and Why Big Oil Conquered the World. And basically he tells the story about the Rockefellers and how the very first oil ever found, do you know what that was? It was snake
Mm.
oil. The very first oil ever found and ever sold was snake oil. And the guy who tried to sell it, he went by the name of Devil Bill Livingston, right? He wasn't
Hmm.
they called him Dr. Bill Livingston. He wasn't a doctor. And his real name was actually it was Rockefeller. It was William Rockefeller. He was the heir,
Uh,
and he would basically go from town to town saying that this snake oil will cure your cancer, right? And then he would hustle these people into town, and then he'd get chased out of there and on to the next one. And that was back in like 1850 or something like that.
mhm.
And so like there was no way of like reporting to another town like, hey, you got to look out for this guy.
Right. Yeah.
You know. And he like famously said that he taught his kids to lie and deceive at every turn.
Damn.
And that was what created the Rockefellers, the Standard Oil Hydra. And they talk about, I mean, James Corbett, those, I just watched this documentary again last night. Holy shit. One of the craziest documentaries. It tells you everything you need to know about like how the Rockefellers literally used philanthropy to take over, oil, the mass, the wealth they amassed for oil and all these other things. And they turned that into this philanthropic, benevolent billionaires. He hired this guy, Ledbetter Lee. He was like this PR specialist, and he basically turned John D. Rockefeller's image from the head of a Standard Oil Hydra, the head of a monopoly, one of the most evil people in the world, to this guy who hands out dimes. Don't you hand out dimes, Mr. Rockefeller? Yes, bless you, sir, bless you. And they got a video of it, of him
Wow.
shaking these people's hands and being revered. And it's like totally transformed his reputation, his image. And then they showed how the Rockefellers took over modern medicine, how they took over the compulsory education program. I mean, they're in everything, bro.
Yeah.
And they're
You know.
still alive today pushing these agendas lockstep, right? That
Yeah.
2010
Hmm.
document. I mean,
Yep.
pushing these agendas, like they're talking about resetting the table for our food, right? Oh, yeah, I want the
Yeah.
Rockefellers resetting my food table.
Right.
Are you kidding me? No.
Straight up Agenda 21. Lockstep, New World Order right in front of our eyes, and people
Holy
just want their happy slavery. Man, it's really bizarre.